Hi, everybody. This is Anne Marie, the anti-HR lady, and welcome to another episode of Conversations with Black Women Who Coach. This is a series of conversations for my YouTube channel where I talk to Black women who are coaches about their practice, how they came to coaching, and why coaching is beneficial for all of us. I created this program and the BlackWomen Coach Directory because of the transformative impact that a Black woman coach had on my life, and how important I think it is for people to be able to find coaches who are also Black women to work with. So if that's of interest to you, please subscribe, like, and comment, and tell a friend. So today we're going to be talking to life coach Kira Seal about her practice. And Kira, welcome. Thank you for being here. Let's start off by you just introducing yourself to us and telling us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Sure. Thank you so much for having me and for building the directory. It's been a great blessing for me. So my name is Kira, and I have a history of working in the entertainment industry for about 10 years, mostly in operations, a few productions with independent people. I'm such a creative. I love writing and helping other people's visions come to life. But I realized that through that career, I wasn't really that satisfied. I didn't really feel like I was making as much of a positive impact as I could in terms of like helping people with their purpose or encouraging people to grow or have more confidence in themselves. And I heard about coaching as a possible career from this podcast that I listened to called The Highest Self. And I just fell in love with the concept, and I just decided to jump right into it, learn more about coaching, and it felt like a great fit for me. And so far I've had a few clients and I absolutely love it. That's a little bit about it.
Tell us a little bit more about the type of life coaching that you provide, and why you think it's an important type of coaching for people to receive.
Yes, so specifically I do purposeful coaching, where I'm helping people use like spiritual practices in order to really connect to the possible purpose that would be the best fit for them, what natural gifts they have, what passion that they have, so that they can have a more meaningful life. And I also am very passionate about helping people increase their self-love and their confidence as well. And I think this type of coaching is extremely important, because I think a lot of times we can get so caught up in the day-to-day and just achieving and having material gains that sometimes we can often feel like we're not connected to ourselves. We don't really feel like we're making a positive impact. And I think it's just really important to also hone in on the spiritual side of life too.
And why do you think having a Black woman specifically as your coach in this type of life coaching, it would be important?
I think Black women are so amazing and we need encouragement. We need support. I think for such a long time, Black women are always kind of looked at to help other people and to sacrifice and to give, and not always getting what we deserve in return. And I think coaching is such a beautiful space for a Black woman to be able to be heard, have a listening ear, have like a confidant, a supporter, and maybe even point out some blind spots that she has that could be holding her back or could be an obstacle in where she wants to go. I think Black women deserve to have coaches, deserve to have that sense of support, honestly. I think for so long, we're always the support for others, and now it should be our turn.
I love that. What qualities would you say that clients should look for in the type of coach that does the kind of work that you do? Like, what should they be looking for?
I think you should look for someone who has some sort of education. I'm really big on education. I learned at the Dharma Coaching Institute, which is accredited by the ICF, the International Coaching Federation. And I think it's just a great way to really have that foundation, so you know how to help a client, you know if something that someone might be struggling with is out of your wheelhouse, and if you should refer them to maybe a therapist or someone else who's better suited. I feel like in order to know that, you should have the education to know how to navigate situations like that. And I think something else that you should look for is if you naturally get along with them, if you feel compatible with the vibe and the type of energy when you meet with them. A lot of times coaches have free discovery calls or consultations. And I think that's the perfect time to feel out your connection with them and to also get a sense of what their program entails, what their plans would be to work with you, and if it aligns with what you really want.
And the counterpoint to that is, what are you looking for when you're looking for a client and selecting a client? What do you look for? What qualities do you look for?
I love that question. I look for someone who is respectful. I look for someone who is respectful of their time and my time, someone who's not flaky.
Mm-hmm.
I also look for somebody who is open to doing the work and they feel ready to actually be open-minded to the different practices that I might think that they should participate in, and someone who's consistent and they actually want to give the time to being coached and being transformed in whatever way that they feel is the most beneficial for them at the time, whether it's self-love and confidence or trying to help them find their purpose, like I mentioned before.
I really liked what you said before about training, because I think, especially with life coaching, it's really important for people to make sure they understand, what kind of training and background and credentials a coach has, so that, like you said, sometimes you may need to refer someone to a therapist. And I think nowadays, a lot of people are conflating therapy and coaching, and they're not the same thing. I've written, on the blog about the difference between those two things, also because I want people to be more educated about the differences. And I think coaches that are trained and certified are more likely to be able to see when a client needs to also work with a therapist, and when they don't, versus people who don't have any training are kind of engaging in behavior that's more in alignment with a therapist, which is very unhelpful to clients. So I really like that you mentioned that. Can you tell us how someone can work with you if they want to find you and do work with you? If you have any new products or projects that you want us to know about, tell us about it.
Oh, I love that. So if you want to work with me, I have a website, expansivelifecoaching.com. I also have an Instagram with that same name. So you can absolutely reach out to me. I'm open to taking clients right now. And to be perfectly honest, I'm a new coach. I just recently got graduated about 2 weeks ago, and I started my business in February, but
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm really excited, very passionate about doing this work. So far, I've created two main bundles, like two main packages that I offer my clients. And the first is a 1 month, and that helps someone learn more about their personality, learn more about their gifts, potential limiting beliefs that could be standing in their way. And through that month, I walk them through, I give them like a detailed explanation, 3 personality quizzes and another quiz that I give them. And then we come up with a plan together about what are their top maybe 1 or 2 goals that they want to accomplish in that month. And then we meet for 4 sessions and I hold them accountable. We work together. It's a safe, mutual relationship. So that's my 1 month package. And then my 3 month package, it does all of what I just described, but on top of it, it's a longer amount of time. So we'll have even more time to delve more deeper into maybe mirror work, or there's other different ways that I can help people manage their emotions, any uncomfortable feelings that they could be having, and just more consistency with holding them accountable. And since it's a longer amount of time, they'll, I'm sure, make more leeway than just with the 1 month.
Great. And I would add that Kira is a member of the BlackWomen Coach Directory. She's a featured member. So when you visit the website, you will see her lovely face on the landing page, and you'll also be able to connect to her website and and you can also contact her directly through the website if you want to schedule an appointment with her or get more information. There will also be a link in the description of this video where you will also be able to reach out to her. So if you want to engage in some transformative life coaching, then you should definitely reach out to Kira and get more information about her services. My last question to you is, tell us one important thing that you've learned about yourself through coaching others.
Oh, I love your question so much, Anne Marie. One important thing that I've learned about myself is that anything I put my mind to, I can do. Like if you would have told me a few years ago that I would actually step into a leadership role like this and I would be the one helping people access their power, when I think back then I was so unaware of my own power, I would not have believed it. So I think it just taught me just how powerful I am, what a leader I am, and how much I learn from my clients as well. Like it's a give and take. Of course, in a session, it's all about my client, and I'm just pretty much the cheerleader, rooting them on and also giving them any wisdom that might intuitively come up at the time. But I also learned so much from them as well. And I feel I don't know if anyone watching has ever been in a place where maybe you felt really lost and you really didn't know what your gifts were and you kept trying different things. This feels like my thing. And I'm just so grateful for the opportunity.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Kira. It's very nice to meet you. I always love meeting the people who actually are members of the directory because, people join and you read their information, but it's always nice to get to actually meet you guys and know what you actually do. So it's really been a pleasure meeting you. I would always encourage you guys, if you're looking for a coach, I always say, if you need a coach, hire a Black woman. They like to talk, my kids, my son loves to talk about find somebody else to do it. In this case, find a Black woman to do it, right? So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this episode of Conversations with Black Women Who Coach. And I look forward to introducing you to other Black women who are coaches in future episodes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Thank you so much.